Welcome back to the deep dive. If you've stepped into a grocery store or, followed any beverage innovation trends recently, you know that simply hydrating isn't quite enough anymore. We are seeing this really fundamental strategic shift in the market towards drinks that offer specific sort of quantifiable benefits. We're talking functional fuel, and the real stars driving this whole movement, superfruits.
Oh, it's absolutely true. And the mission today really is to get beyond the basics. We've looked at a whole stack of sources trying to understand the why behind this, superfruit dominance. And we're going to break down the specific mechanisms, the functional benefits, and even the flavor strategies for three absolute powerhouse contenders, this deep dive. It's basically our shortcut to understanding how flavor is now being, well, engineered for specific wellness outcomes.
That really is the key, isn't it? Our
Yeah.
source material points out that the modern consumer, they demand personalized wellness. They're looking past these general healthy claims and asking, okay, but what exactly does this drink do for me? So when we talk about a superfruit in this very specific functional context,
Yeah.
what definition are we actually using? Is it just, marketing?
That's fascinating, actually, because the definition seems to have evolved from pure marketing buzz to real utility. A true superfruit, in the strategic sense, isn't just vaguely high in nutrients. It's a fruit that is specifically packed with targeted compounds. We're talking high concentrations of antioxidants, maybe prebiotic fiber, essential micronutrients, things that offer really quantifiable biological benefits. It isn't just a sweet treat anymore. It's about nutritional horsepower, kind of designed to support immunity or maybe digestion.
Right. So utility is driving the definition now, not just the marketing buzz. That feels like a crucial distinction, especially for manufacturers. The initial takeaway then seems to be that successful beverage making really hinges on pairing these bold, appealing flavors with documented functional delivery.
Precisely. Yeah. If a consumer is going to pick up a premium juice or a smoothie, they expect that immediate, sensory hit, the taste. But they also want that strategic investment, the feeling that they're directly helping their immune system or their metabolic health. That demand for clean label functionality, that's the real driver for companies putting these high-performance ingredients into their products.
Okay, let's unpack that consumer motivation a bit more. We get the high-level demand is functional benefits, right? But what specific mechanisms or nutritional promises are they actively looking for from these fruits?
Well, consumers seem hyper-aware of two big things right now: proactive immune defense and gut health optimization. So the core selling points these superfruits deliver come straight from their unique phytochemical makeup. You get these powerful health benefits, think immune support, digestive aid, but combined with unique, bold flavors. Flavors that really help products stand out in what's become a very crowded market. The demand isn't for something mild, it's for something vibrant, something that delivers measurable wellness through concentrated doses of natural compounds.
Okay, so vague health claims just aren't cutting it. People want specifics, specific nutrients linked to specific outcomes. Which brings us perfectly to our deep dive into the three superfruit stars highlighted in the sources. We've got three top contenders, and each one brings a really distinct flavor profile and functional claim to the table.
Right. Let's kick things off with one that has, I think, excellent depth and nuance, both in its flavor and its function.
Blackberry puree. Okay. The sources frame this one as the immune and gut health champion. Beyond just being generally good for you, what are the specific health claims making it such a major trend right now?
Blackberry is a true powerhouse, mostly because of its really high concentration of anthocyanin and antioxidants. And this isn't just some generic antioxidant. Anthocyanins are a specific group of flavonoids. They give the fruit its deep purple color. And they're known to be highly effective at neutralizing free radicals, supporting cellular defense, that kind of thing. That's really why it's seen as so powerful for immune health.
Okay, anthocyanins for immunity. Got it. And while vitamin C definitely helps with immune support too, you also mentioned a strong gut health claim. Is that just about its fiber content, or is there something more going on?
There is a bit more nuance, which is exactly what the, informed consumer is looking for these days. The rich fiber content in blackberry acts mainly as a prebiotic. And that's foundational, really, for promoting a healthy gut microbiome and efficient digestion. Plus, with all the interest in the gut-brain axis now, people are actively looking for ingredients that modulate their digestive environment. Blackberry delivers that naturally and reliably.
So prebiotic fiber for the gut microbiome makes sense. Now, if a beverage maker is trying to really maximize this functional profile, how should they strategically use this puree? I mean, I get the power of the ingredient, but combining a potent functional claim with a flavor people actually want, that needs precision, right?
Absolutely. And the application highlights are quite strategic. For maximum sweetness and hitting that antioxidant load, blending it with familiar flavors, think strawberries, bananas works great in a smoothie. For cold-pressed juices, it gives that deep, rich color and authentic berry depth. But probably the most interesting functional suggestion the sources point to is pairing it with ginger puree for a potent wellness shot.
Huh. A wellness shot built for defense. I like the concept. But blackberry and ginger together, isn't that flavor profile potentially a bit aggressive for the mainstream market? Are the sources suggesting the functional claim is now strong enough to outweigh a potential taste barrier?
That's a really sharp point. And what the industry seems to have found is, yes, when the functional benefit is highly targeted like immunity, specifically consumers are willing to accept a more intense, maybe more complex flavor. That slight heat and sharpness from the ginger almost reinforces the idea that it's working, While the deep berry flavor of the blackberry puree gives it the body and sweetness needed to balance it out, it's an ingredient choice that signals like serious intent, which is exactly what that wellness shot consumer is looking for.
Interesting. That does reframe the market dynamic quite a bit. Okay, moving on to our second star, let's talk tropical. Passion fruit puree. This one sounds like the exotic digestive aid. It has that aromatic, intensely tangy thing going on. Unmistakable. But what are the functional selling points?
Right. Passion fruit brings that tropical twist to functionality. Yes, it's packed with vitamins A and C, good for general immune function, eye health. But its trending differentiator, the thing making it stand out now, is its role as a targeted digestive aid.
Okay, a targeted aid. What makes it targeted? We already covered blackberry for fiber and prebiotics.
Passion fruit is unique because it contains natural digestive enzymes. These enzymes specifically help the body break down food and absorb nutrients more efficiently, so it's directly aiding gut health in that way, which is different from fiber, which more, moves things along. This is more about active assistance in the digestive process itself.
Ah, I see. That makes the functional distinction very clear. Enzymes versus fiber. And its flavor is just so inherently versatile, isn't it? It adds that exotic twist people look for, like a mini vacation in a bottle, which feels like a much-needed escape, especially in the functional beverage space.
That's exactly right. The beverage industry knows this. It's basically marketing the tropics without the airfare. And because it has that intense, tangy profile, it often reduces the need for added sweeteners, which helps keep the label clean. Application-wise, you can create a high-energy, naturally sweet smoothie, blend it with mango, maybe some coconut water.
And what about for manufacturers focusing more on the fermented side, like kombucha?
Good question. For those aiming at the probiotic market, passion fruit is actually an excellent choice. You can infuse it into kombucha or other probiotic beverages. That tangy, slightly acidic nature really complements the fermentation. It adds this unique, sort of sophisticated twist that sets a product apart from the usual berry or citrus flavors. Or just mixing it with other citrus fruits, maybe creating a spritzer format that works beautifully too. For a bright, vibrant summer drink focused on refreshment and digestive ease.
Okay, fantastic. That covers passion fruit. Our third superfood, pink grapefruit puree. This one stands out because the source material specifically highlights its refreshing taste and its low sugar profile, which feels like a really significant draw for health-conscious shoppers watching calories and sugar.
Exactly. If immunity and digestion are sort of covered by the others, where do we turn for the consumer who's also really focused on sugar reduction and maybe cardiovascular health? That's where pink grapefruit becomes the champion. Sure, it's high in vitamin C, so it naturally supports immunity, but its major differentiator is this powerful compound called lycopene.
Lycopene, right, the antioxidant that gives it the pink color. And that one's specifically known for heart health benefits, isn't it?
Absolutely. Lycopene is a carotenoid, and it's been widely studied for its ability to reduce oxidative stress. There's also evidence suggesting a role in managing cholesterol levels. So this allows manufacturers to make a very specific, high-value functional claim targeting cardiovascular wellness alongside general immunity. And crucially, like you said, it's natural. Its tart profile means incredible flavor intensity without that high sugar load. Ideal for lighter, perhaps recovery-focused drinks.
Okay, so how do we best use this powerful tart flavor without, making it too overwhelming for a mass market drink?
Well, for a detox or cleansing kind of focus, you can blend it quite simply with other natural ingredients, maybe a touch of honey, some mint. It's also a really effective natural addition to sports recovery drinks. The combo of natural electrolytes and vitamin C aids hydration and replenishment, but without artificial stuff. And this pairing is quite genius, actually. Blending pink grapefruit with the blackberry puree we talked about earlier, that creates this potent, sweet tart, nutrient-dense smoothie that hits immunity, gut health, and heart health all at once. That kind of multifunctional synergy. That's really the ultimate prize for a strategic formulator.
Wow, that really is a masterclass in combining targeted function with balanced flavor. It shows the level of sophistication needed now in formulation. So let's maybe shift gears now to the practical side of things for the industry. We've been talking about superfruit purees specifically. Not juice concentrates, not whole fruit. Why are purees, rather than these other formats, mentioned as the sort of smart strategic business choice for manufacturers operating at scale?
Yeah, that's a critical business distinction. Using superfruit purees offers some key advantages. They simplify logistics while really maximizing that functional delivery. Firstly, purees tend to retain a very authentic flavor profile, and crucially, a higher concentration of those beneficial compounds we discussed, the anthocyanins, the lycopene, compared to maybe heavily processed concentrates.
Right, and when you're operating globally, consistency is just everything, isn't it? You
Yeah.
need to guarantee the flavor, the nutrient load. It has to be the same whether the drink is made and sold in London or, I don't know, Lisbon.
Exactly right. Consistency is paramount. Purees help guarantee that uniformity across batches. That's nearly impossible if you're dealing with the varying seasonality and quality of whole fruit. Furthermore, our sources detail that these specific purees are pasteurized to ensure aseptic safety, which basically means they undergo a heat treatment process. It eliminates contamination risks, and that allows manufacturers to use reliable bulk formats without constantly worrying about spoilage or, microbiological hazards during large-scale production.
Okay, so aseptic safety essentially gives you zero contamination risk, makes the ingredient vastly more reliable, more shelf-stable for all the logistics involved.
Precisely. Yeah, it simplifies manufacturing, storage, logistics significantly. But maybe the most crucial detail, especially for capitalizing on this health trend, is this. No sugar is added to these specific purees and concentrates when they're sold B2B to the beverage manufacturers.
Ah, that no sugar added detail is huge. That must remove one of the biggest hurdles for health consumers, who are often already suspicious of packaged drinks. And it allows for those really important labeling claims, too.
It's absolutely a strategic move. By using purees without added sugar, the final product can legally qualify for those highly desirable no added sugar or clean label endorsements. It shifts the focus entirely back onto the natural, functional ingredients, the anthocyanins, the lycopene, the digestive enzymes. It really delivers on that promise of clean label functionality and, frankly, allows manufacturers to charge a premium for that perceived quality.
This has been incredibly insightful, really. We've seen that the modern consumer demands specific, targeted functionality. And fruits, like blackberry, passion fruit, pink grapefruit, they're offering precise benefits. Immunity, digestion, heart health. Backed by specific compounds and delivered through these sophisticated, safe, puree formats.
That's the full picture, really. We've definitely moved far beyond simple hydration. We're seeing the beverage industry truly embrace this concept of food as medicine. By highlighting specific compounds like lycopene and anthocyanins, they're actively designing products for targeted wellness outcomes, and that, I think, is the future.
Which definitely raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe think about.
Yeah, exactly. Given the specific functional benefits and the strategic flavor pairings we've explored today, think about, say, the energetic, enzyme-rich profile of passion fruit versus the maybe calming, heart-healthy antioxidant power of blackberry and grapefruit. How might a manufacturer use these superfruits to strategically design a product for a specific time of day? For instance, how would you design, say, an evening relaxation drink? Focus on recovery, maybe gut modulation, versus a morning energy booster focused on cognitive function and immune priming, using only these functional fruit purees. Just consider the creative potential there, the power of specific nutrient combinations tailored to the consumer's whole 24-hour cycle.
Functional drink for thought indeed. We really appreciate you diving deep into the strategic core of this beverage revolution with us today. Until next time, stay curious.